It's shoot day. Fuck. Good morning. It's shoot day and I'm very excited. Today is our first official shoot for Glam, and so Tiff is coming over in just a few minutes and I have to finish doing my makeup before she gets here so that I can do her makeup and she can do my hair. So my hair is kind of still wet and I just pulled it back for the moment, and I thought I would do my makeup with you guys this morning. So today's gonna be a little bit different because so that should be fun. And today for my eyes, I think I'm gonna use these ColourPop colors. They're all kind of in the like cool pink category, and I want to do kind of like a monochrome face with all pink tones. So I'm gonna do this as who dat? Oh, it's the queen. Okay, cool. All right, so I'm gonna jump right in and get started. I'm gonna go in with this ColourPop color Waddles, and this is gonna be my base, and it looks like this. And I apologize in advance if I don't get every single product like displayed today, but I will link everything I use below. As a matter of fact, I might just kind of do this since I'm in a hurry and just link everything below that I've used. So as I said, today is our first official shoot for Glam, which is the business that I'm starting with my partner Tiffany. And Tiff is a total queen. She's like the fairy glam mother of hair around Austin, and we're teaming up to do full glam services, hair and makeup, styling, you name it. And so this shoot today is going to give us content to use on our website, and still picking out which colors I'm going to use. Should have done this yesterday. Okay. I know what I'm doing. I got it. Oh, who is that? Is that a Lululemon? Hi. Are you a clingy boy? He's the clingiest. I think I'm gonna do kind of like a halo eye effect today. I don't know. I had this look semi-planned out, but now that I'm sitting down to do it, I'm just kind of winging it, so hopefully it turns out okay. I don't know. Halo eye or no halo? I can't decide. I just got this NYX That's the Point felt tip liner, and it's like a crayon. It's crazy. So we're gonna see how this goes. I have to hold my breath while I do this. Okay. That's as good as it's gonna get for now. So I'm gonna keep moving on with my eyes. Louie, no. Who is that, Louie? My goodness, is someone there for you? Hello. There she is.
Okay.
Lou, come here. Let her in. Good morning to you.
Sorry.
You're good, dude.
I'd love to be late.
I'm just
Self-sabotage.
finishing.
Oh, perfect timing.
Perfect timing. Louie! Can I have you scoot up for me? Yeah. Okay, you want to sit on my lap or something? Or how are we going to do this? There we go. Okay. Bet you blowing up this morning.
I know. I'm like, who the fuck
I
is this?
know. Oh, here he comes. I see those eyes.
Louie.
Come here. Come on.
He said, are you sure?
Okay. There he is.
My toe really fucking hurts.
Yeah. gonna get it looked at.
No, fuck that.
Absolutely not. I wouldn't either.
Create lots of texture for lots of volume.
Lots of volume. I'm not sure where I left you guys off this morning. It was very early and I was tired, and I was also in a rush to get my makeup done, do Tiffany's makeup. She did my hair, and then we loaded up the car and ran out the door to head to the studio for our first Damn Glam shoot. So it was so much fun, and I'll share a little bit about that, but first I just wanted to say two things. One, I apologize for my voice. I'm a little bit under the weather, just have a little cold, and my voice is, might just sound a little bit weird. Number two is that if there's any background noise, which I'm actually just going to turn it off because it's like blowing directly on me right now, but it's very cold in Texas right now. Well, cold for Texas, it's in the 50s, and so my heat is on, and I feel like it's going to cause weird background noise, so I'm going to turn it off really quick. Hold that thought. Okay, I feel like that's better. So yeah, so this morning was super fun. We did our first shoot, as I mentioned, for Damn Glam, which is the company that I'm co-founding with my partner Tiffany Hunter, and she is a total queen, a total badass. She does hair for the majority of people in Austin, and she just absolutely slays, and so I was so excited and honored when she wanted to take on this project with me as her partner doing makeup. So Damn Glam is going to be full hair and makeup styling for photo shoots, music videos, events. Cool girl glam is the vibe. So we are very excited to get some more content out there and share with you guys who we are. Why don't you come up here? Why don't you come up here, buddy? Louie, come here. You can sit with me while I film. Come here. Come here. Bring your bear. Come on. Come on. There you go. Okay. Here he is. The king himself. Louie. Louie. Say hello to the people. Okay. So I figured that this would be a good time to film since I'm already in full glam, and you saw a little bit of my makeup process this morning, and I apologize if that was kind of chaotic and I was like talking during some of it and then not talking during other parts, and then Tiffany walked in and Louie was all over the place, and I was just trying to get ready as quickly as possible. So but this was the look that I ended up shooting with today, as kind of like a really soft pinky glam with this kind of like nude lip. I think the color is called, I'll have to double check. I'll link all the products that I used this morning in the description box below. I also tried a new foundation today, so I really liked that. It ended up turning out really well for flash photography. There was like no flashback on it, and it was really nice. So I'll link that below as well. And I wanted to film the mental health portion of this video about facing fears. That sounds so trite, but let me explain. I've worked in tech for the past pretty much decade, and have worked for a number of different companies in Washington, D.C., in LA, and in Austin. And they've all been, for the most part, really wonderful experiences. I've met some amazing people, many of which I'm still very close friends with to this day. It was definitely a career path that I'm very proud of, and I would do it over again in a heartbeat. It's also a career path that I knew couldn't last forever for me, and that I would eventually kind of come to terms with what I felt I'm meant to be doing and pursue that. I just always thought that it would come at a time and place where I was like, this is it, the universe is calling, I feel completely safe and secure to make this jump. There's, absolutely zero risk, and I'm just gonna go ahead and do it now. And of course, that never happens. After about 10 years in tech, I ended up quitting that career path altogether and that trajectory altogether. And that was very recently that I made that move. And to be honest with you, I haven't looked back once. That decision has not once given me pause. I have had no regret about it. I only feel excited and exhilarated by the possibilities of what I'm able to do and create now that I have the capacity to. I think the way in which this really ties back to the mental health stuff is that, first of all, I don't think I would have been able to do this had it been 2 years ago. I don't think that I was in a place that I could really support myself emotionally and have the confidence to pull this off. You know, throughout my career in tech, I felt like I've dealt with a lot of imposter syndrome, and I know that that's really, really common, and I would talk to my coworkers about it. We talked about it all the time, especially for women in tech. I think you just feel a certain level of like sitting down at the table with the boys and having to kind of work harder to be seen at the same level as they are. And I think the past 2 years in my career, that's when I started to be able to push those feelings of imposter syndrome aside and really just focus on myself and what I was doing, just go by merit and merit alone. And I think that's part of what gave me the confidence then to know that if I stepped out and pursued my own path, that it's something that I could do. Quitting that career path was almost felt not optional. Like it was getting to the point where getting out of bed in the morning was really a struggle. And I know for some people, maybe getting out of bed every morning is a struggle. Maybe you're just not a morning person, but I'm a morning person, and I would dread going to work. I didn't believe in the work that I was doing anymore. I didn't have a heart for it. It wasn't something that I got any fulfillment out of. And I also at the same time was feeling this massive pull towards these types of creative projects that I was doing in my spare time, but didn't have enough time to do, to really pursue more fully. And I was feeling that very, very strongly. And so, yeah, it almost was like it was not an option at that point. I just had to make a move. It was only a matter of time. And when I finally pulled the trigger and did that, everything else went so smoothly. It was like, oh, yeah, this is exactly what is supposed to happen. There's very little friction at that point. Of course, I still have a fear of failure and a fear of judgment. I had a huge fear of leaving my former career that people would, I don't know, no longer respect me or would look at me like I don't take my life and myself seriously enough anymore. Yeah, I don't know. I had all these like weird fears about what people would think of me if I quit that path. And I've come to realize that it's actually quite the opposite. I've been so delighted and surprised at how many people have approached me saying that they can just tell that I'm glowing and tell that this is what I'm meant to do and that I'm good at it and so qualified, and that they're so happy for me that I'm actually doing it, because they had probably heard me talk about it a million times before. If anything, people have been far more supportive since this big leap than they were when I was kind of sitting pretty in my tech career. So it's interesting how when you start to pursue and when you start to really live the way that you are meant to and work the way that you are meant to, it's very noticeable. People pick up on it and they can feel that energy and that light radiating off of you, and that resonates with people and they want more of it and they want to be around you more and they want to feed off of that energy and that light. And that's the experience that I've had since I quit. Really, it's been very encouraging and motivating to keep going, and I'm really excited also to implement all of the things that I've learned in my former career path and apply them to this new one and this new kind of creative project, because I did learn a ton from my time at 4 or 5 different companies over the past 10 years, and I think there's a lot of value to be taken from that and applied in whatever I continue to do moving forward. So I feel like one of the questions that I would always ask someone else that I observed doing exactly what I just did, of, you know, taking a leap, quitting something and starting something completely anew that they just felt and knew they had to do. And I would want to know, like, how did you know that it was a good time or the right time to do that? How did you know? And now that I've done it, I can say that for me, it just felt like it was not an option anymore. I was gonna burn out at both ends, and it was either jump or be burned. So I know this video was a little bit different in terms of topic and talking about career and imposter syndrome and kind of facing fears and making these career leaps and stuff like that. But I really do truly believe that it all ties back to your mental confidence and the state that you're in, and your ability to practice your resilience and resourcefulness, and also your instincts. I think a huge part of this was like doing a lot of meditation and tapping into my intuition and trying to really understand where all of these impulses were coming from. I hope that this was helpful and encouraging. So, okay, that's it for this week. I need to go take a nap, but thank you for tuning in, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to my channel. I'll give you a second to do that now. Great. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next week. Bye. Are we having a juicy couture moment? Yes, we are. Yes, she is.